shut. When everyone is seated, the coxswain checks the engine. He ensures that everyone is strapped in. He then operates the release handle and launches the lifeboat. Maintenance is important for free-fall lifeboats. The rollers on the ramp must be maintained according to the manufacturer's instructions. Passenger ships often carry partially enclosed lifeboats. The types of release gear are similar to those of totally enclosed boats, with onload and offload release possible. Some ships are fitted with extending arm or sliding beam davits. With this system, the first step is to remove the slip hook of the gripes. Then the rest of the securing system is removed. There are many different types.
Okay?
Then the winch operator, in this case also the leader of the party, lowers the lifeboat to the embarkation deck. Bowsing arrangements depend on the davit system. This particular lifeboat is self-bowsing and descends to the position of passenger embarkation. You need to understand the system on your ship. Once at the embarkation deck, the party opens the ship's rails and positions steps that will make it easier for passengers to board the lifeboat. The helmsman opens up the sides, enters and turns the main battery on. With this lifeboat, the external power supply automatically disconnects as it is lowered. Once the lifeboat has swung into the embarkation position, the bowsing gear is released. Then the passengers are embarked. The first passengers are placed furthest from the entrance, and they are directed to their places by the crew to get an even load. The wide side openings allow rapid evacuation of passengers. In passenger ship operations, there will usually be a lifeboat party who will lower the lifeboat. Once the order has been given, the boat is lowered, in this case by the winchman, although the boat can be lowered from inside. In training, the coxswain must release the hooks from inside the boat, as this is the way it will need to be done in a real emergency. Under the SOLAS regulations, most ships have to carry a designated rescue boat. This can be a specially equipped lifeboat. Whatever type it is, it must be capable of being launched within 5 minutes and being recovered safely and quickly. A rescue boat has a crew of at least 3. They must all be dressed in anti-exposure suits or immersion suits of the correct size. There are 2 types, with and without insulation. Your ship will be equipped with the type that you need. Rescue boat crews must practice getting into their suits so that they can do so quickly when required. Insulated immersion suits are more bulky but are essential in very cold waters. Some insulated suits do not require the wearer to have a life jacket. For the suit to work effectively, it must be done up completely around the face. Immersion suits incorporate a rescue loop around the waist. This is used to pull the wearer alongside. This loop must not be used to winch the wearer into a helicopter. The non-insulated suits are much thinner and are for use in warmer waters. In addition to this protection for 3 crew, Occupants of open lifeboats will have TPAs, thermal protective aids. Each type is different, so be sure to read the instructions first. You get into them fully dressed, wearing a life jacket. TPAs reduce the loss of body heat and so protect the wearer against hypothermia. In life rafts, as well as enclosed and partially enclosed lifeboats, there must be TPAs for 10% of the occupants, with a minimum of 2. These should be used for anyone rescued from the sea. The TPA must cover the whole body except the face. Rescue boats must carry at least 2 TPAs for survivors. For rescue boat crews, frequent exercises are essential to ensure a rapid response in the rare event of a man overboard. In this exercise, once the rescue boat is ready, the bridge is notified. When the bridge gives the go-ahead, the officer on deck gives the order to launch. In a real emergency, immersion suits must always be fully zipped up. During the descent, the crew must stay sitting down. These boats are fitted with a release mechanism capable of both offload and onload release. Some are fitted with mechanisms similar to that seen earlier on the totally enclosed lifeboat. However, many administrations allow the use of a single hook attached to the fall, provided that it has multiple safety checks built into its operation. This rescue boat is fitted with such a system. In this exercise, the crew wait until the boat is in the water and use the offload release. It is safe to do this in these calm conditions. But if it is rough, it may be safer to operate the onload release with the boat just above the water. Once in the water, the fall goes slack and the hook releases automatically. The cable falls away, and when the painter is released, the boat is free. Always watch out for the swinging fall block. When making a recovery, the rescue boat should first make an approach at a safe distance to get into the right position and to show that help is at hand. The casualty is then approached with the wind at about 45 degrees on the bow. The 2 crew members go forward as the boat comes up on the leeward side of the casualty. This direction of approach avoids the danger of the rescue boat, with its greater leeway, being blown onto the person in the water. The 2 crew members get hold of the casualty, turning him if necessary, so that his head points towards the stern of the rescue boat. They then pull him into the boat so that his feet are pointing forward. In cold waters, it is very likely that the casualty will be very cold. They should be put into a TPA as soon as possible. Once the boat makes way, the bow will rise, and the casualty's feet will then be above the head, the correct position for first aid. In rigid rescue boats, it may be necessary to use a boarding net or other method to rescue a person from the water. The next stage is the recovery of the rescue boat with its crew and casualty. This is not too difficult when the ship is stopped. If a sea is running, the master will navigate the ship to help the rescue boat. However, connecting the boat to the fall in a seaway is never an easy task. It is important to maintain regularly all the ship's emergency life-saving equipment, especially the release mechanisms. The stores, particularly the pyrotechnics, should be checked to ensure that they're up to date. Participate fully in all emergency exercises. Read all available manuals. Take advantage of all emergency response courses. Watch this series of programs again. Make sure that you know what to do in case of an emergency. Your own life, as well as the lives of everyone on board, may depend on it. Many of the survival techniques for life rafts and lifeboats are dealt with in the 4th program in this series.